way down there, proceed with caution.
What's going on, everybody? It's LtBuzzLitebeer, and welcome back to the channel. So today, I've got something fun for you to try out, and this setup makes you feel like freaking Rambo in The Division 2. It's got tons of armor on kill, non-stop shooting, a bunch of damage, and crowd control kind of all stirred into the pot together. This is the Bullet Fury build, and I've been messing around with it for a while. I've tried out a ton of different combos, a whole slew of LMGs, and this is the setup I've really enjoyed using. So let's get right into it. First up, this build is going to be using Hunter's Fury, and I wanted to be different, and it is because Hunter's Fury is always associated with SMGs and shotguns, but since we want to channel our inner Rambo, we're going to be using this gear set. So for the mask, it is Hunter's Fury with weapon damage, crit hit damage, and a max crit hit chance mod. The holster is Hunter's Fury as well, with weapon damage and crit hit damage as the attribute. The gloves are the third piece of Hunter's Fury, with weapon damage and crit hit chance as the attribute. And the knee pads are the fourth and final piece of Hunter's Fury, unlocking all the gear set bonuses outside of the extra chest and backpack talents. So why use Hunter's Fury, and why on earth pair it with an LMG? Well, besides the 15% shotgun or SMG damage I actually lose out on, the upticks to using Hunter's Fury are just too strong to pass on. 3 pieces gives us plus 20% armor on kill, along with 100% health on kill, with the armor on kill being what you really want. The 4-piece bonus is what makes this Bullet Fury build really pop, and the way it reads and what it actually gives you are not quite the same. Now, Apex Predator amps our damage. Remember, that is a multiplicative damage type by 20% against enemies that are within 15 meters of our character. So, as long as we're in close, we instantly gain 20% amp damage against all targets, and that's that symbol you see pop up over a target's head when you're in range. Now, if we kill one of those marked targets, we gain an additional 5% amp damage for 10 seconds, and that can stack up to 5 times. Also, killing marked targets will disorient other enemies within 5 meters of the marked target we killed. Okay, so if you read over this Apex Predator talent, you say to yourself, alright, 20% amp damage just for being in range, plus another 5 times 5% amp damage for 25% more. Add those together, and if you are within range and all stacked up, you will be at 45% amp damage, which in The Division 2 is one of the strongest amp damage gains available. But what if I told you that math was not accurate? And a huge thanks to Mick Guns, linked to his channel in the video description, for doing this math, but the actual amp damage returns are in excess of 52% because of the way the game stacks and then multiplies them before adding back to itself. Kind of like Heartbreaker worked when it first launched. For the chest piece, I experimented a ton. You could go with Petrov for that extra LMG damage, but I went with Grupo Sombra with Obliterate as the talent. We're going to be landing crit shots a lot, and each time we do, we gain a 1% weapon damage stack, and this can build up to 25 times. Now, since we are hammering down on the trigger all the time, we will usually have Obliterate fully charged up for 25% more weapon damage. For the attributes on the chest piece, I have crit hit chance and crit hit damage, along with a max crit hit chance mod. The backpack I'm using for this setup is the exotic Memento, and this really has to be one of, if not the best exotics in the entire game, especially when it comes to just sheer versatility. Now, of course, it has all 3 cores, weapon damage, armor, and skill tier, and I've also added on a crit hit chance mod. There's all sorts of bonuses you gain for the kill confirmed trophies as well, but the easy way to remember this is each time you pick one up, you will gain 5% more weapon damage, 10% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency short term, so that's only going to last for 10 seconds. But the long-term perks give you another 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regen for a whopping 5 minutes, and this stacks up to 30 times. So that's 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regen when on full stacks. And oh, by the way, you only have to pick up 1 kill confirmed trophy during that 5 minutes to refresh all of those stacks back up to maximum time. For the Bullet and Bullet Fury, we're going to need a badass weapon. And for this one, we're going with the Bullet King Exotic LMG. Partially because I don't normally see it featured, but mostly for its weapon talent. Now, this LMG fires at a whopping 850 rounds per minute, but to offset it, the base damage is low at just 37.6 thousand. Now, every Bullet King comes with damage to targets out of cover, which is a multiplicative damage type, along with critical hit damage. Bullet Hell is the weapon talent, and this is a wall of text, but the TLDR version here is this weapon never needs to be reloaded. Like, ever. So you can walk through a mission firing like Rambo, and you never need to take cover and or reload. Now for mods, the Bullet King comes with a crit hit chance muzzle and a stability grip, and overall, the full auto bloom and stability of the Bullet King are really pretty easy to keep on target. For the specialization, it's all about Gunner, because we get that 10% more armor on kill, foam grenades, and the Banshee Pulse, which are all great for CQC and just non-stop firing. We also regen ammo just for using Gunner and pick up 5% rate of fire for achieving kills. For the skills, I'm using the powerful Banshee Pulse along with the Defender Drone just for a bit of extra sustain, especially when I'm trying to get this build all revved up, especially the Memento backpack and those long-term buffs. A quick overview of the stats right now as this build sits, and I still need to optimize some of this. I'm at 45% crit hit chance, 116% crit hit damage, along with 278,000 armor on kill, and all of this is without any Memento bonuses. Now, since LMGs do not feature damage to health or damage to armor as the native attributes, you might find yourself struggling against bosses or Black Tusk tech, where damage to health is really what you want. That's why I always carry something like a Kingbreaker assault rifle, so I can rip up those bosses, which are essentially just huge health pools. And finally, now that we have the stovepipe vanity chest skin with all the bullets across it, you have to look like Rambo when you're rocking this setup. So I went with all those bullets draped all over my body, all black dyes, and of course the long black flowing locks that Rambo rocks in his movies. If you want to play this build, it's all about being just super reckless and daring to get in close for those Hunter's Fury bonuses and to get those kill-confirmed Memento trophies. Now with the Bullet King at just full song and all that weapon damage and crit bonuses, you will rip up heroic content. And once you are comfortable with this build, you may want to even consider moving over from Obliterate over to Glass Cannon. I mean, that's your call, but remember that you have a weapon that never needs to be reloaded and fires really fast, so don't be afraid to use it. As always, I look forward to reading your feedback about my latest build guide. This one is the Bullet Fury LMG setup. If you happen to like the video, maybe consider hitting subscribe, and while you're at it, make sure to ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alert. If you could take a few seconds more to rate and or share this video, that would also be greatly appreciated. Remember, you can find and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and over in my open community Discord server, links to all of which can be found in the video description and pinned comments below. Shout out to the over 122,000 of you that have taken the leap and hit subscribe, and as always, a special thanks to my patrons over on Patreon. Until the next one,
Mission accomplished.
This is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.